Hello, my beautifuls. Who is ready to learn how to start getting consistent with your bread baking? How and want to join me for a live bread baking with an extra special bonus today of making some fresh, raw honey butter. Yeah, honey butter sweet cream. Oh, it's so good. Yes. So I've had folks asking me forever to actually share this out. And this is normally something I only share with my students, but for this one time, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it while we're doing our live today. So I need to get my bowl still and my measuring cup. So I'm going to grab those really fast, and then we're going to dive into our class today. Yay! So if you don't want to join me in, or well, let me rephrase that. Okay, first, if you want to make this awesome brand new recipe that I just released to you all, then you need to swing over to bit.ly/whole wheat multigrain bread. And you can get your free recipe there, okay? So good. This one is spectacular. Even Rocky, my husband, who is a white bread loving man, actually puts a stamp of approval on. Do y'all have any idea how many years I've been trying to get a stamp of approval from my husband on one of my whole wheat breads? So long. Oh my gosh. So if you have a family like mine that prefers white bread, but I only make whole wheat bread, this is an awesome recipe for you. Okay, so go grab it. Remember, these recipes are all based off of my fail-proof quick yeast bread baking method. This baking method is derived off of the actual old pioneers that settled this surrounding area around Star Valley. So Star Valley and Tetonia and just the surrounding areas, okay? So we're right here in Wyoming. We're right on the border of Wyoming and Idaho, and Utah's just a little south of us, and Montana is just a little north of us, and we're right here on the border of kind of all the states, which is awesome. So we're out here in the Rocky Mountain Range, and it's just glorious. So folks out here are very self-sufficient, and we're a little old-fashioned, y'all, and it's really kind of cool. I love growing up in a place and raising my children in a place that it values those old traditional skills and really tries to keep them alive, okay? So I think that is just an amazing part of growing up in an area like this. We're a little isolated, but we're not so far away from civilization that, if we need a little help, it's just a hop and a skip down the road and we can get some help. Okay, so that's nice. Okay, also, if you want to catch the full training, because this is a live and I'm not going to be live the next, 2 hours or something. I don't even know. My lives always take longer than it does if I'm just baking it. If I'm just baking it, I can have this recipe done in an hour to an hour and a half. If I'm live or I'm recording it, it takes me generally 3 hours. And it's just because I have the recording and everything else going on, and my kids are all getting involved in the whole works. Hopefully, the kids stay content for just a little while we actually get this going today. So I have the full training available right now over on YouTube. So if you are on Facebook, all of your links are in the description. So just open the description and you've got all of your links right there, okay? So over here on Instagram, the links are up in my bio. So I have an all-inclusive link. It's kind of like Linktree, but this is what I made myself. So bear with me, okay? All right, so all of your links are available in my bio over here on Instagram. And I will be uploading the replay of this over onto our YouTube channel. So for all my YouTubers, my amazing YouTube family, your links are also in the description. Okay, so let's get baking. Woohoo! Yeah. So I still still need my applesauce. All right, applesauce. So this is one of these quick recipes where I can use my little sister's amazing unsweetened sour crab applesauce. And I'll tell you what, this stuff is amazing. I literally buy this by the case from her. So we have a bargaining system. So I make jewelry and help her build things for her cows and all that fun stuff. And jewelry for her. And she makes this up for me. So I love my little sister. She's amazing. She's amazing. And I'm going to be talking about her more today. So hang on. I need to get the bowl. Next gonna be cups. And let's see, I still need my yeast. Back to your room, please, sweet girl. Hey, I need you to go clean your room. And you gotta get dressed.
I did clean it.
Hang on. I need you to get dressed. That's what they said in the bedroom. Okay? I need you to put your clothes on. Yes. And you have to be super quiet. That's why I want you in the bedroom. Okay. Did you eat all your food? Okay, come with me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very soft, but I really need you with me, okay? That's where? Only if you take your guitar back to your room, take your guitar with you. One for you, one for Emily. You have to put your big clothes on and you stay in your bedroom and play, okay? I need you to do that for me, okay? Oh, my water's going to be way too hot. Oops. Gotta turn my water off. That's going to be like scalding. Too hot. Go off. Ouch. Hot scene, hot scene, hot scene. Way too hot. Way too hot. We are boiling. All right. So we're going to take the lid off that for a second. And then we'll put some more on there. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, apologies about the interruption, y'all. This is live. I do have small kids at home. Yeah. And that's just the way it goes. All right. So we are going to swing over here. Now you can kind of see over here on, hope I got to move you guys just a little bit. Okay. So let me get these cameras readjusted. And we are going to swing over here. And we are going to get our butter going, okay? Super grains, yeah. Okay, so I'm just using my KitchenAid mixer. I love my mixer. Seriously, like my husband and kids got this for me and I about died. I'm like, oh, thank you. Oh, one of the best presents ever. Like, oh, I wanted one of these for so many years, and I'm just like, I can't afford it. And I kept buying all the little cheapo ones, thinking that it was going to save me money. Yeah. Guess what? It does not save you money to go buy a cheap mixer. Just save your money up a little bit, y'all, and buy yourself a real mixer, okay? So this does mean that this class is going to be a little noisier than normal because this is going to take a little bit of time to mix up, okay? So I have some fresh, raw cream here. So my kid's sister, I told you I was going to talk about her some more. She's amazing. So she's got some some purebred Dexters, and she's got one that she's milking at the moment. She's got one more she's waiting to cap out, and so she's been bringing me over her amazing fresh milk. Okay, so she brings me 3 to 4 of these every now and then, and I separate my own cream off just because I know how time consuming that can be. So I only separated the cream off of 2 of the jars. So I need okay, so I've got to get this mixed up or it's going to go bad. And right now I am just mixing up butter with it. And a little later on, when I start getting all my rennet and everything in, I'm going to start bulking out some cheese for the winter, which is going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I've always wanted to make cheese, and I've never actually done it. It's like, I can do that. I could do that. And I have some amazing old-time recipes, so I'm really excited to get started on it. But I gotta get some of my equipment in to make it a little easier. So I don't have any of my presses or anything like that. So I gotta get my equipment in before I can really start making a lot of cheese. And I only get, so generally I have about a full big, what is this, a half-gallon jar of cream each week that I have to process out. And that's awesome. So I'm just using, because I've already used up all my other containers, I'm actually using just a small cottage cheese old container. Like out here, we don't get rid of anything. So, you know, we'll not to find China for this one. All right, so we are going to be using a dough hook. Okay, a dough hook to do this. All right. And so we're just putting the cream straight in. This is all separated. There was just a little bit of milk on the very bottom from when I had been separating it out, but that's okay because I just hand separate. I just skim off the top. Like, I'm kind of old school that way, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just turn this on. We're going to walk away from it. Okay? And then we're going to keep our ear out. And when our cream makes the turn, whoo, we've got to be like on the fly, like Mick Jagger or something, okay? Because when that makes its turn, this is gonna make a mess because I don't have a special cover over the top of mine. Okay. Oh, that was on. Okay, always make sure it's off before you plug it in. My kids were helping me. So before you start, quick safety, always make sure it's in a locked position depending on the model of your particular mixer, okay? Every one of them's a little bit different. Mine locks this way for raised tilting up and down, okay? So make sure it's locked, and we're gonna turn it on the lowest speed, and we're just gonna let it do its thing. How amazing is that? This is so great. Okay, now, just so that, I don't know if I can get you turned or not, where you can actually see. You probably won't be able to. I'm going to move you around a little bit, and I'm going to show you, these like more my pile of dishes I haven't put away. So, the way that I actually stay consistent on all the things that I do, apologies, you guys are a little crooked. There we go. Okay, the way that I stay consistent on actually being able to do all these things is literally by like setting the ground rules for myself, okay? And being very dedicated. I mean, knowing for a fact what it is that I want in my life, essentially. So I want a clean and healthy home. Not only for myself, but for my family, for our friends when they come over, but also for my business, because I run my business from right here at home with my kids, the animals, the whole works, okay? So before I start baking bread, I have to go through and clean things up. Never cook in a dirty kitchen, guys. The best way to do this is actually to get things cleaned up the night before. But if you're kind of struggling to get back into the balance of life, like I have been, it's been happening first thing in the morning lately. So I was actually working on a jewelry build this just before I came live with you guys, and I lost track of time this morning. So I went straight up to knock out a few pieces while my kids were still sleeping, and well, I lost track of time, and yeah. So I'm actually smack dab in the middle of building some jewelry upstairs, which is kind of funny because I've got to get my jewelry collection out. So it's coming up so soon. So I'm trying to hit the mark of the 28th, May 28th, guys. It's just a few days away. All right. So I'm like pounding on the jewelry, but we have a break class today. So I had to get my butt down here. So that meant I had to go through, whip up my dishes because I haven't had the energy at night lately to do it at night. I have this mantra. Now, a mantra is something that you tell yourself over and over and over again. Something very simple, something very basic that holds you accountable. It's something that you tell yourself, and it's a way of manifesting the things that you want into your life. And I've got some videos I'm working on for you guys all about manifesting the life that you want. Okay? Okay. Whew. I'm getting really hot, y'all. So give me just 1 second. Oh, so hot. Oh, the sun is finally out. I'm loving it. Okay, so a mantra is something that you say repeatedly to yourself that holds you accountable to make sure that you do the thing that you need to do. Because, let's admit it, nobody wants to be a liar to themselves. Right? Am I right? It's one thing, you know, if you can get away with a little white lie from somebody else, but with yourself, you know that you're lying to yourself, okay? You know that you done messed it up, okay? All right, I'm gonna hang this up. All right. Whew. Okay, so before I start baking, I go through, make sure all of my dishes are done. I go through, make sure my counters are all wiped up, and I generally sweep the floor. Today, I'm actually gonna be sweeping the floor after I get done, because if I do it now, all that dust is gonna go up into the air, and it's going to get into my dough while I'm making it. And I don't want that. Nope. So if you want an old-time trick to avoid things like that, here's yet an old turn-of-the-century trick that was used all the time. Hardwood floors, of course, way back then. If you make your own tea, so you've got fresh tea leaves all over, save your tea leaves, okay? Put them in a special little bucket, a little special compost bucket. So for me, I've got my tea leaf compost bucket, I've got my coffee compost bucket, and just my normal food scrap compost. Save your tea leaves, your used tea leaves, and then you just give them a little bit damp. If they're all dried out, get them a little bit damp. Sprinkle them out on your floor, and then while you're sweeping, those tea leaves are going to roll into a ball around all the dirt, the dust, the hair on your floor, anything and everything, and it's going to keep it from going up into the air. It's amazing, okay? I love old-time secrets, okay? But also, it's going to help keep away the bugs and the pests, depending on the type of tea leaves that you're using. 1 second, please. And
Ellie's not shelter.
no, we're not going to do this today. Thank you. Okay, but also, it's going to release beautiful fragrances into your house. So if you like all the spiritual stuff, I kind of am that way. I'm kind of that way myself. I love bringing all that magic into my home and blessings and all the things, okay?
Mommy,
Just a second.
what
This is
are you making?
I'm making some more honey butter. Ooh. All right. So it's also a great way to cleanse your home. So the natural tea leaves, they're going to help release all those beautiful essences of fragrance that also helps keep away all the bugs. It helps keep your dust in check. It also cleanses your home of negative energies. Wait your turns. Patience, where's your manners? Where's your manners? 1 second, don't put your hands by that. Life as a mom at home, right? Okay, so we gotta get a move on. Right, like, use tea leaves, guys. Don't throw them away, keep them. And the beautiful thing is you can grow them right outside in a pot on your patio if you must, or in your own herb garden. And just go out and clip them as you need them and then hang and dry them so you've got them for the winter. It's amazing. Okay, beautiful. Yes, I know. I'll clean it up later. Okay, so to stay consistent on keeping everything clean, so this all just goes like clockwork for me, I'm actually going to knock out cleaning this jar right now, because if I clean it now, it cleans up in a snap. But if I wait to clean it up, it's fresh raw cream, guys. It gets a little stinky, and it's also extra oily, which means it's going to ferment really fast. It's going to go sour and just all the things. So I'm going to knock this out really fast, y'all. So you can kind of see there. See if I can turn you guys just a little bit. Yeah. I'm showing you my sink, guys. Like, seriously. How fun is that? Okay. So, we're just going to knock this out super fast. And we're just going to put it right onto our rack to dry. This is going to keep our sink clean, and it makes cleanup after baking off breads so much faster. And guarantee there's always 1 cup that gets put in here after I get all said and done. So, like, seriously, y'all, how fast and easy is that? It doesn't take any time whatsoever to do this up. Like, no time whatsoever. A little bit of soap, because this is extra oily. It's fresh raw cream. Okay? And cream is a very oily thing, but it's got so many good benefits and factors to it. Oh my gosh. So, whole health. I love traditional foods for whole health. I know everyone's like, but you got all the saturated fats and this and that in there. All things in moderation, y'all. You gotta do everything in moderation, okay? Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Too much of a bad thing is always a bad thing. Okay? But a little bit of all of it is always a good thing. Okay? It's bad. And actually good for you. All right. All right, we've got a clean sink again. It's that simple. It's done. Okay? All right, so let's get y'all switched back over here again. Girls, I apologize. That was up close and personal, wasn't it? Okay, so now I got to readjust the cameras just a little bit. Okay, girls. Girls. Remember? Okay. Understand? So yeah, they're not gonna be quiet. I already know without even having to ask. Okay, so staying consistent though. So we're gonna start getting this going, guys, because otherwise this is going to end up being a very long live. And I'm trying to keep this within a nice moderation for you. Even though we're covering a lot today. I feel bad because I missed last week, y'all. Okay, so I wish you guys could see, like over here on Facebook and YouTube, you guys get this nice clean video. I wish you guys could see what it looks like over here on Instagram, because I tell you, if you've got insecurities, this particular camera brings them out. No matter how I change my lighting, it's always looking like this anymore. It didn't used to do this, and it does now. Like, I'm so dark. Like, my kitchen's so nice and bright, and like, I'm like, so dark. Oh my gosh. And if it's not that, it's got that blue tint, like overexposed or something. And it's, like, it shows like all my age spots. So it's like being under a black light and like really show ultraviolet, like black light that like shows like all of those like age spots and stuff like that you have like just under your skin. That happens on my Instagram camera, and I'm so tired of looking like a zombie, but that it is what it is. So you have to, I use what I have. Okay, so I'm just trying to get these cameras bumped a little bit so that we can all see. How's about that? I think that works. That'll work. Okay, so that's still going. We're good there. And we're going to get this started. So, I got to warm that up a little bit now. Okay, girls, you got to be my big girls. Please go into your room, please. Okay, so make sure you grab your free recipe, y'all. It is our quick whole wheat honey applesauce multigrain bread. My brand new recipe that I'm sending out to you guys, and it's on those iron. Oh.
I want to
Okay, dressed. Okay, so we're gonna get this all started, okay? So, because I've learned from past experience, I have a tendency to just keep adding whole wheat to this, and I have to stick to the recipe. I can't do it by the texture of the fill like I would normally on any other kind of bread. This recipe, if I want this to turn up and nice and poofy and wonderful, and my husband loves it, I have to stick to my recipe. So do not add more wheat than the recipe calls for. I'm just gonna warn you, don't do it. Because it's real easy to try to do more. Okay, so we're starting with 4 cups of whole wheat. Yeah, 4 cups. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I've got 1 cup or half cup of milled flaxseed. Okay, so anyone asking what measuring units I do or measuring cups I use OXO. These are some newer measuring cups, and I love these. I love how they just snap together. They've got the little cutter and the whole works on them. It's just great. Okay, so as soon as I get done putting an ingredient in, I put it away. I pull all my ingredients out, and then I put them up as soon as I'm done. Okay, saves me so much hassle. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need 1 full cup of golden whole flaxseed. Now, it doesn't really make a big difference if you have milled gold and whole gold flax seeds, but it does have a richer taste if you get milled brown flaxseed. And most of your milk is actually is the brown flax. Okay, so that's pretty awesome, you know. Okay, and we're just gonna keep on moving on. Now we're gonna put our oatmeal in. 1 cup of oatmeal. Do not be tempted to add more oatmeal. Okay. Oatmeal has a very, very strong flavor. It's also kind of gluten-free, so it's going to affect if your bread rises if you add too much. Okay, let's grab this water, or it's going to get too hot. Yeah, she's our princess. Okay. Okay, so I need a spoon. Ellie. All right, so today I'm actually going to be using coconut oil instead of lard. I love the taste of lard. Okay, lard makes the best tasting bread, seriously. Like if you have the option between coconut oil, shortening, or lard every single time. But coconut oil has a really nice clean. So I like to change my oils when I'm baking because it helps change the different trace minerals and all the goodies that you're getting in your bread. So I like to change that up because a varied and balanced diet is key for being successful in what you're trying to manifest. Okay, guys? I know you probably don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. Like, you got to take care of your health. If you are hyper focused on all the things going on in your life and you stop taking care of yourself, you stop taking care of like responsibilities and all the different things, then you are out of balance and it's going to make everything so much harder.
Yeah.
Which is precisely what I've been working on lately to fix. Let's see, how much do I need? Okay, 6, so we're good. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness, does he? Okay, and then I need 10 tablespoons of unsweetened applesauce. And now I just know that's how much is in this jar. So, because, yeah, these jars are the perfect measurement for my bread baking. Oh, I'm so excited to actually have a whole wheat recipe that I can just straight up, like, use the crab applesauce in.
Mama?
Because most of my whole wheats, it does not turn up.
Mama?
What?
Tap the water.
Yeah?
So cut a knife. Tap the water.
Yeah. Come on, there's that queen.
Now cut a joint.
Oh, really?
Cut the thing.
Ooh. Okay.
No.
Hydrate, y'all. Hydrate.
Cut
Hydrate.
the oil.
Oh, okay. Give me a minute, sweet girl. Okay, so just using the back of my spoon, we're gonna mix this in really, really fast. Now, yes, I know everybody says cut it in. Use like your pastry knife or a fork and a knife. But you need to cut it in. I get better results this way, y'all. So there is a small difference that can be made. Watch your fingers. Hey. Watch your fingers. Don't play with that. It'll hurt you really bad. Okay, so there is a small difference that does happen depending on how you mix in your lard when you're baking. So if you're wanting things to be really flaky, say you're making like biscuits and you want super, super flaky, cut it. Don't smash it. But me personally, I'm like, no, let's just get the job done. I'm like, I'm on the road. We gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Okay, so let's check this water. And of course it's too hot.
Of course it's too hot.
So I may have accidentally burnt up my small pot, and I'm still trying to get the timing right for my bigger pot here. Yeah, that's what's happening, y'all. That's what's going on. I keep messing it up. Now, no, you don't have to have a special little kettle or anything like that for your bread baking, but I always have tea going and different things like that. So I just use this. Okay, so we are going to start with 1 cup of water. We're going to set that there, let it do its thing. Yeah, it's close enough. It does not have to be hot, y'all, okay? So right now we're getting warmed up out here, so I can actually get away with using some slightly cooler water, which is nice. Now in the dead of winter, if you've got a storm going on, kick that water clear up. So in the recipe, I tell you between 120 to 130, and I am going to stick to that, y'all. I am going to stick to that. So just pulled out this new thing of honey. All my honey is begun to crystallize. So, is what it is.
Cup of honey.
So we want 1 tablespoon of molasses.
Cup of that.
And
Mom, cup of that.
and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of honey. So there is a lot of sugar in this bread, y'all, and you can actually omit the honey if you need to. You can even omit the molasses because there is actually enough sweetener in here without it otherwise. But the flavor that comes from it, oh Lord, it can't be duplicated. Nope, stay out of it. And actually using like honey like this, it's actually so much less sugar than what traditional cookbooks will tell you to use. So a traditional cookbook is going to tell you to add an entire cup of white sugar to your bread. You don't need that much sugar. You don't need that much sugar. Eat, go. No. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Are you sure? My children, tell ya. Scram. Hot. Okay, so let's get our yeast in here, y'all. So I have regular active yeast here, and we're going to be using 2 tablespoons. So you can do, generally you want about half a tablespoon. So, hang on.
No one will catch me.
Okay, so generally you want to use roughly about a half a tablespoon, or maybe just a shy less than a half a tablespoon of yeast per loaf. This is going to make, this generally makes 3 loaves of bread. Okay, this recipe does. Now, if we were to turn this into a traditional bake, where it takes a full 3 to 4 hours to make, it would actually make 4 loaves of bread. So I'm putting 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast in, just because I'm all about the nutrition and pumping in as much goodness into everything I make as possible. So,
Somehow, if you do
so we're just going to stir this up, and we will let it do its thing for just a moment. The very beginning of baking bread is actually what takes the longest, guys. So even if you have everything set up, it still takes time to do this. So, Bell. I'm gonna beat you. Okay, I'm not ready for your help. I'm not ready for your help yet. You gotta wait. Not right there yet. Okay? I'm getting stuff all over me. Oh, eat it like that. Pump the go juice. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put this up because we're all done with this. Yeah. Oh, no, not my water yet. Yes. Getting ahead of myself. Yes, Sally. Dad's teasing you. I'm sorry. He does that. He does that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put this up. Hey, not yet. I will tell you when I need your help, okay? I will tell you, but we're not done yet. So my kids love baking with me, and that's totally cool. I fully encourage them, but I do make them wait till I'm to a point where I'm ready. So remember, you are in control of how this goes. Here. Come here. Okay, Ellie, I need you to go help Claire, and you've got to change your clothes because you can't help me bake in your princess dress. It'll put your princess dress again. So go change, and then you can come out in a few minutes. But you still gotta change if you want to help me make bread. Okay, so y'all, look at that. In that short little time, look how fast it's already activated and started raising. Yes, I see.
My princess don't get
It will get dirty, and I'm not ready yet. This is still gotta sit and do its thing, okay? Ellie, I've got wrong. I'm trying not to not get stuff on you, please. You're in control.
Mom. Mommy.
You are in control. Yes.
Mom. You got to play.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Mom.
Ellie. Okay, we're adding 4 more cups of water, y'all. So in total, there's 5 cups of water in this, okay? And let's give this a quick stir,
Mom,
which helps clean off any remaining yeast. Okay, watch your head, please. Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to give this a quick stir.
Mom, did I do this?
Not yet. Okay, it's super, super soupy. Okay, guys, that's exactly what you want. Ellie, you're yelling. Ellie, you're yelling. Too loud. Too much noise. The noise.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
That's one down. That's one down.
Oh, yeah? Is that so?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not crazy.
Oh, really?
You.
Okay, so we're going to let this sit for just a second. All we're doing...
Mommy,
Yes?
you feeding me too.
Oh, am I? I'm sorry. I wasn't intentionally trying to. Okay,
Dad,
can you help him?
hey, you feed me.
I'm not teasing you.
Yeah.
I'm not teasing you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't leave your spoon in this bowl. So we're going to let this sit for 5 minutes, okay, y'all? And I just realized I forgot to do something. So give me a second, y'all, because I actually got to go get one of my other systems. All right, so just in case, y'all, if you are loving the information, if any of the good things going on here, make sure you share this out with fellow like-minded, amazing people like yourself. Make sure you hit that like button and drop your comments. The more you comment and interact, the more it helps me, but also the more it helps me help you, so that I know what it is that you're needing help with and exactly where you're sitting at, so that I can make training videos and all of the upcoming bread baking classes and talks and the whole works that much better, okay? Yeah, all right? So, like, seriously, drop your comments. If you love it, say, hey, I love this. Say, if you have a question, say, hey, what about when this happens? And I'll get you the help that you need or point you in the right direction, okay? So if I can't answer your question, I'm going to send you to somebody that can. All right? Okay. Here, there you go. That's it. All right. Yep. I will be right back, guys. Yes. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, hang on. What? Oh, yeah? Hang on, guys. I totally forgot. What? I totally forgot to... No. Ah. Okay, come on. There we go. I forgot. All of my amazing members, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's actually going now. So, all right. So let's see. Okay, I gotta turn my volume down. Hey, now I can actually see your guys' comments too. Right on. All right. All right, so that's still going. Y'all see why I started that ahead of time? Making butter takes a long time, guys. But it's not hard. I just kick it on, you let it do its thing. But if you have kids or anything like that, you do have to make sure you're very observant because that mixer can do some serious pain, okay? Serious pain. All right, so I don't know how long it's been sitting. That's okay. We're just gonna move on. So let's start getting dirty. And I need my little handy dandy stool. So my counter is too tall for me. I'm really short. Well, I guess I'm not like totally short, but I'm like 5'4". And my counter is your standard 30. Well, the cabinets are 36, and then you've got the additional like inch or so. So we're sitting at 37, 38 inches total, like height-wise, which is way too high. So it's like 6 inches too tall for me to like be at the right height just because of my size, okay? So I have a little step stool that really helps me. Okay, so before we get started, if you have rings, if you have bracelets, you need to take them off. Do not try to make bread with your jewelry on, okay? Also, you have long necklaces. Oh, yeah, I know. There's a lot of you out there, okay? Long necklaces, make sure they are tucked in or take them off, okay? So anything that's going to possibly have a chance of swinging down into the dough, take it off, okay? Just take it off. That sounded dirty. Okay, so next thing we need to do, we need to add our salt and milk. So, 1 tablespoon of salt. This is why I don't put things away, so because I've always got a lot going on, and guaranteed I am gonna forget. Okay, so we'll get this mixed in. It's been roughly about 5 minutes. I don't actually know how long it's been sitting here, so I'm just guesstimating. It's been roughly 5 minutes. Okay. All right, so that's mixed in. Now we're going to start adding our remaining wheat flour, roughly 1 cup at a time. This is speed bread baking, y'all. So, but it always takes me longer on a live than it does in real time. So, but the nice thing is if you're new to bread baking, it taking longer for me to do on my live feeds means it's a little easier for you all to keep up with, to make in real time, side by side with me. So that's the awesome part. Ow. Now whole wheat breads do require more muscle. I'm just going to warn you. Okay? And it doesn't really matter what kind of mixing spoon you choose to use. I prefer to use a good scoop, just a regular tablespoon out of my silverware drawer. It's got a good scoop and it's got a strong handle. This would be perfect if it was about 1 foot longer though. Not even gonna lie. It'd be perfect. Because it's actually a little short for doing this. But all my big spoons just don't have the right head shape. So, and since I busted my last good wood spoon that I used to use for all my bread baking, I just stick with my wooden spoon. And when it gets too stiff to mix past then I just call it good. So I just switch over to hand mixing. All right. So our butter over there is getting pretty good and frothy. Do not be tempted, when you're making butter like this, don't be tempted to keep the speed up, okay? Don't do it. So essentially, like you're going to be making like whipped cream, but you're going to continue to go after the whipped cream stage, okay? And you're not adding sugar to it. So making homemade whipped cream is the first step to making homemade butter. Yeah. Pretty cool. All right. Okay, hang on. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I don't mess up my count on my whole wheat like I did the last time I made this. I'm going to be pulling my rest of my wheat out so that I don't mess up. And I will just move that one over there. No, I don't even need that in there. Okay, so this is starting to get pretty stiff. And to save my hands a lot of pain and struggle and a lot of arm strength, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to just hand kneading it. Now we're going to knead this for 8 to 10 minutes, okay? There is a little variance. Now with your finer grains, you don't have to knead it that long, okay? Simple truth. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and start kneading it. And I'm waiting for that to start. I'm waiting for that to make its turn, like the instant, like my hands are just like, like I know it's gonna happen. So, I know a lot of people that use the paddle instead for making water, but I have a tendency to get better results with the dough. So it has a way of separating up the weight a little bit better, which is nice. Okay, and yeah, so doing little things like this, y'all, these are all ways that you get yourself being consistent in the lifestyle that you're actually trying to manifest and create. All right, you just like hold yourself accountable. You, I know it sounds so easy, just do it, right? It sounds so easy, but in truth, it's challenging. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, but it's the only way that you're really going to find consistency in your life is to find balance all the way around, okay? In everything you do. If you are super hyper focused on one particular project, you're going to have a lot of problems, okay? It's gonna throw off the balance in your life, and it makes it so you're either just thinking about this one thing and you're not taking care of all the rest of the things. So that could be you stop taking care of your health, or you stop taking care of the things that are really important to you, all that, okay? Just keep yourself, that sounds so, like, degrading that way. If you can keep yourself in that happy balance area, it's just so much nicer, okay? It just makes life so much easier. And when you have your bad days, because you're going to have bad days, and those bad events that happen in life, that's life. But when you have them, they're not going to be so dramatic on you, which is really kind of cool. But you got to get yourself in balance first, which means focusing on your whole health, your whole life, okay? So mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and lifestyle. All right, you gotta be true to you. Okay, be true to you, my dears. Okay. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention to my timer. So we're at 12:32 right now. So just a little bit. But yeah, that's how you find your consistency, guys. Set your dedicated days, like for me, it's every Tuesday and Thursday generally, but sometimes I only need to make bread once a week. So if it's once a week, I'm doing this every Tuesday or every Thursday. All right? And then other times, I'm making bread 3, sometimes even 4 times a week. It just depends on how much we are going through and how much we need. And sometimes it's kind of nice to just go ahead and keep doing it twice a week so that you can stay consistent with it and get into the habit and the routine of it. So once you find that habit, that routine, it all becomes so much easier, y'all. So much easier. Okay? And then just freeze your extra bread, okay? And you can pull it out later on when, say, maybe life is getting chaotic and crazy. And then you've got a whole freezer full of all this amazing homemade bread, okay? That you can pull out. So I do have videos that I've done where I show you guys how to bring your bread back after it's been frozen. So if you store your bread in the fridge or in the freezer, it's going to dry out, okay? It becomes really crumbly and all the things, okay? It's water. It's so hot here, guys. So hot. Oh my gosh. So, no, what I was talking about. Oh, freezer. So I've done videos in the past. So you can look those up on our YouTube channel, or even here on Facebook for my bread group members. It might be in the guide section. I don't remember if I have it in the guide section. So Facebook changed some of its settings. It's been really difficult for me to do the guide section lately. So, need to update the guide section. Really need to update it for my members. All right, so, but yeah, I have other videos that I've done on how to de-thaw your bread and still keep it from being non-crumbly, okay? So to keep it beautiful and bread moist, okay? So when my bread does dry out a lot, guys, and the biggest part of that actually starts right here in the kneading process, okay? So don't overknead your bread if you can help it, okay? That's one reason why we put a full cup of flour in each time, except for when we get down to the very end. Okay? So, I'm going to mix in this last little flour here, and I'm going to call it quits, because I don't want to overknead this one either. Okay? Because it will affect how the bread raises. I know the glucoses are all released. I know that simply by this ripping texture. Now this is also a whole wheat bread though, so it needs that finer flour to really kind of glue it together, okay? And it softens that whole wheat taste. So it's not like that overpowering wheat taste, okay? But yes, you can make this without making or adding all-purpose flour to it, okay? But it is harder to get that stretchy dough consistency. So I'm needing just a little bit more white flour in here. So almost to that beautiful stretchy consistency. Okay. So your atmosphere, your humidity levels, your temperatures, all of these things are going to affect how much flour you need to add, also how long it's going to take to make, to hit the turn. So, okay, we're starting to get that beautiful bread texture now. Okay, so you want stretchy, okay? We're almost there. I got a couple places where it just needs a little more white, but we're there, okay? Okay, I'm going to scrape my bowl really fast. Sounded horrible. This just makes cleanup so much easier, guys. So anyone that's been with me for a long time, you've seen me do this millions of times, hundreds of times, scraping my bowls. Because it just makes cleanup so much easier, okay? That's the whole point. It's a cleanup. Like, I hate wet dough all over my dish rag. It is such a nightmare to clean out of it. So I'm just going to mix this in really fast. It'll only take just a few kneads, and then we'll be done. Okay. this from sticking. Oh, that'll do. Okay, so this is, we're looking for stretchy, okay? Stretchy. Like you can actually pull on it before it rips. Stretchy, okay? That's what you're looking for, okay? Now this time I'm going to do things a little different. I'm just going to dust that a little bit on the bottom. And this up there. Well, good. I tried. Okay. How about this? No. 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 Big one. Okay, so I'm just going to cover that for a second. We're going to clean this up. While it's still on that, we are done with our flour. Yeah, you know. Yeah, we're done with this. Ease up. Like, how fast and easy is this? Really, guys? Really? All right. Okay. I did turn that up a half quick because the motor's starting to get a little hot and it's slowing down. So, yeah, I'm going to end it up. Okay? All right. So, it's okay if we got just a little bit of flour on here. It's not going to hurt nothing. Actually, get our hands off it a little bit. Yes. Good job. Say what? All right. So, while that's resting for just a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and get our pans ready. So there's like no pause in between. We're just going one to the next, okay? This is the best. You do it this way, okay? Okay. So we're going to get these greased. Grease liberally, y'all. Especially if you have brand new pans or if you have glass pans. Oof. If your pans are not conditioned, grease them. And if you want to learn more about the conditioning, I have videos out there. I've done videos for the greasing of them too. Now I will try to remember to come back and link some of these other videos in the descriptions on these, so that you guys on Facebook and YouTube at least, you can go directly to those videos. Instagram, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do that on Instagram. But however, I do have all the links. So all the links are available for you guys in my bio. And this is true on all of my sites. I have all my links available in my bio. So I have my one set link that'll take you to all of them, which is amazing. So you can get your free recipes. You can swing straight over to the YouTube channel and catch the replays or our whole classes that I've uploaded and done for you guys over there. And I'm going to turn this camera just a little bit. Apologize, guys. Okay, so I am going to leave this up just in case, guys. Because sometimes with whole wheat bread, you've got to Like sometimes it just needs a little more grease. Okay. All right. Are you guys gonna help me roll it out here in a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. So let's see. I actually need honey. I need the salt. Or this over here. And we'll move
That one.
that one. Okay. Now hang on, girls.
What is our bread to do?
It's resting. It's got to take a little nap.
Because what?
It just needs to take a little nap. Okay, what is going on with your shirt? Here.
You.
Come here. Let me help you with this shirt because sometimes.
Mom, what is a dog doing? Mom, what is a dog doing?
There you go.
Mom, what is a dog doing? Mom, what is a dog
It's
doing?
resting.
Resting?
Yes.
So stop. Mom,
Okay. Hey, please look for a second. There. You're all tucked in. Okay. No. No ums. No ums. All right. So I gotta move this. Clara, please don't be silly. Move this off to the side. Oh, come on. Hey, no, it's resting. It's taking a break now. Gotta let it be. Can't touch it. Gotta leave the lid on it. It's gotta rest. It's gotta rest. It's sleeping. If we don't let it sleep, it won't raise up as pretty. Okay? So it's gonna take just a little rest, okay? Yes. Yes, sir.
Mimi.
This is Clara, and this is Ellie. So these are my two littlest, okay? And they're always, like, you find them in my videos all the time, guys, okay? They're with me all the time. Doesn't matter if I'm up at the jewelry bench, or if I'm down here in the kitchen, or we're just having a class in general. They're almost on every single live. They're always in the background when I'm making my videos. They're always with me. Okay, down. Down. Okay, stop being silly. Find your manners, remember? Please. Butter does not want to make our turn. It's not wanting to turn.
Daddy?
I can see. About maybe here a little later.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's under the newspaper. From two little girls. Okay, I need you girls to scooch. Okay, one of you on that side. One of you over there on that side.
Are we going to
Or
roll
both.
the dough?
Well, we're not going to go roll so much. Here, one of you right here, actually. Okay? One here, one here. Okay, there. Because Mom's got to go on this side. What? You're good. You're good, right there.
I would stay here. Mom, I can see.
Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to put this straight in my sink and give it a quick spray of water. And then by the time I'm done rolling this out, it'll be ready for cleaning. Okay, hey, not on the counter. Sit right there. We gotta roll it. Hop down.
Roll to pieces.
Hop down, please. You gotta sit on the stool. On the stool.
Like I think on the store.
On the stool. Okay. Yes, I'm working, shoulder. Yes. I feel like I'm going to knock you off your stool, sweet girl. Hey, Ellie, it's coming over to you. He's had to wait. Hey, now it's coming back over to Mom. Here.
Is it coming to me?
Oh, now it's coming to Mom. It'll come back, Ellie.
It come to Ma, you? Not come to me. Did it come to me, Mom? Don't do me first.
Hang on.
No, I'm done. This guy now.
Hey, hang on. Too many hands. Too many hands. Hey, I gotta be able to lift it. Help. No.
If it comes to me, and then to me, and then to you, it's longer now.
Hey, don't swish it. Don't swish it down. I gotta make my little can of water on.
Mom, you give me a plate. Mom, you give me a plate.
Hey, hang on. Okay.
Oh, get the neck. Mom.
Sorry, Instagram. You guys can't see the flower on my face. Though is silly. No, stop.
We made the cutter.
No, I need you to stop. Okay. All right.
Mom, there's not alley there.
It's okay. Okay. All right. So.
That was mine.
All right. So.
We have 4 fingers.
Oh yeah. So there's lots of ways that you can make your dough. This is just the one that I found that works the best with this particular recipe. Okay. This particular mix of the recipe and the method. I actually like to roll my dough out with a rolling pin most of the time, but sometimes you're better just to form a rough log. Other times you're better off to knead your bread log into shape, and that's what I do on this particular recipe. And you'll see me do this on most of the time when I am doing our quick bread recipes, okay? So fail-proof quick bread, I call it both because it is kind of both. It is a fail-proof way to get your bread to raise. Like, I designed these recipes and this method, all the research that went into it, directly about the problems that I kept hearing from from you guys. You guys are the creators of this amazing method, okay? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Well, here, we gotta get it done. I know, you really want to.
I will give some water.
Oh, are you gonna get the spray bottle?
Okay.
Well, you both can help me spray it down, okay? Are we gonna put pretty designs in it again today, or are we just gonna bake it up?
Pick it up.
Just bake it up, or make pretty pictures? Pretty pictures, okay. So if you are going to score your bread, this is the time to do it. After you get it in, and you roll it in your hand, score the bread, if you're gonna store it. You don't have to score it.
Mom, Dad.
The scoring is simply for aesthetics, okay? And it originally started because bread used to be baked in community ovens, okay? And every baker had their own unique marks that they put on it to distinguish their loaves from somebody else's. Hey, don't lay it down. Wait, no, don't spray it yet. Okay. No, don't spray it yet. Okay, is this one your don't squish it. Don't spray it yet. Don't squish it yet. Okay? Alright, so Ellie. Okay. Hold my hand. What are we drawing this time?
Yeah.
You want just simple slashes?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are you putting in? 6. How about we do this? And we'll put 1 right down the middle. Perfect. Okay, now spray it down, Ellie.
I wanted to smush them on.
No, we don't smush it. Okay, what do you want to do yours as?
As a pumpkin.
A pumpkin?
Yay.
You want a pumpkin? I don't know if I can do a pumpkin. That will really show up anyway. But I guess we will see, okay?
Silly face.
You don't get a silly face, so it's just one or the other. Okay, so a pumpkin.
Mom, I made mine. Okay.
It's not necessarily a pumpkin leaf, but that's what we're going to go with. So, okay.
Is this a pumpkin?
That's a pumpkin.
No.
Pumpkin.
I got mine. Mine. Mom, you made the D.
Oh, yeah?
You made the D, Mom.
Yes, I did.
I did that D, and you made a pumpkin. I did
So-
that D, Mom.
I really like doing wheat stalks on mine. That's just what I like to draw on mine, okay?
I don't.
So keep it simple.
Mommy,
Simple.
Mommy.
Yes. Whoa, that's way too much water. Way too much water. Okay, yes, Ellie?
You made a happy day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a pumpkin.
All right. Beautiful thing. You can just dump the extra water out, guys, if something like that happens. Okay, everyone grab your loaf. Let's go put it in the oven. And you guys. Okay, yeah, you can see over here. So I don't have to turn my camera. And you're good. Okay. We're standing on the top shelf, beautifuls. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna turn them so they're like this. Hang on, not yet. Okay. Watch out. Hot. Okay, now we can close it. Start. So it's done. You can do it. Okay. This is taking forever this time.
It's buttercream.
It is buttercream. So the butter is taking forever to turn. Hot down, Ellie.
Butter.
Both you okay? Okay. It's taking forever. Nope, not yet. No, honey, yet. Not yet. Hey. Okay, good job. I don't want you to get burned now. Okay, good job. Yeah, you did. Good job. Yeah. Oh.
Now is baby
that
face
here.
next.
All right. So.
Mommy,
Yes.
now is baby face next.
Oh yeah.
Baby face next. Happy face.
Oh, I thought.
Mom, Mommy,
Yes. Yeah?
This will be the happy day. Happy day, make a happy day. Mom,
Yes.
this will be the happy day.
I don't know right now. Okay?
Mom, I love you. I love you. I'm sorry, I don't know. This is me.
Maybe we just can't do it right now.
I,
Hey, look, look. Mama's still going. Mama's here. Do you need me to help you by putting those back in the cupboard?
no. Not the name. Happy bear.
Do you want some of my dinosaurs?
No.
No. No? Where's the sprayer? Where's the sprayer?
I got yeah.
Where's the sprayer?
I got Mom,
Yes.
I don't know where.
Well, you just had it. All right.
Let me make a sprayer.
What? Watch out. It's not making the turn. Just because this is alive, it's not going to make the turn. I tell you. Don't you touch those. No, no. Bad Owies. Ellie? No, it's making better. It's not done yet, though. Right? Now, maybe this time we're just going to have to put the other eater on it. We might just have to put the paddle on it this time because it is taking forever this time. Making butter is not something for someone to do that does not have patience. Okay? Just so you know, go ahead and lock it. Now fingers back. Everyone's fingers back.
Yeah.
Put that over there. We're going to let this run for a little bit, okay? Okay, but nobody can touch it, all right? In fact, I need you to hop down because I need to move it over a little bit. Okay? All right? And I don't want you to don't climb up there. I don't want anyone to accidentally get caught in the mixer because that would be really bad. Huh? That would be really bad. Does it smell? Does it smell funny? All right. So, bloop, bloop, bloop. Why is it not? Hang on. Because I like to. Why do you wear a princess dress? Because you like to? Belle, Claire, Claire, keep down.
Somehow I was
Claire,
punching.
Barbara Belle.
I don't know. You love me.
Claire,
Touching on the big. There was a makeup jar.
Oh, nice. Okay, you can't come up. You want to help me? Then paint your banners. Okay? Can I put it on before it gets lost or broken? Here. Lay it right there. Right here. Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Oh, here. Okay, let go for a second. Let go for a second.
I did that one. Here, Mom.
Ooh, we gotta stop moving it. Okay, these are actually really simple bracelets to put on. But extra fingers. Keep moving things. Okay, thank you. You got it. Got it hooked on the side. What? I'm not silly. I am not really silly. What? You see horsies? We're not going out to the horsies right now.
Mom, is that still
All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to take a break. So we're gonna end this. We're gonna let this continue mixing, and I'll kick back on here, and we'll finish making our sweet cream raw honey butter. Okay. And in the meantime, we've got our bread in proofing, and when it hits the top of the pan, we're gonna kick our oven on and start baking it. Okay. So this goes really, really fast compared to a traditional bread. This is so fast. Okay. And honestly, a lot of times, when I am making these quick breads, I will do the start. I'll get them just like flipped together really fast. It generally takes me maybe 20 minutes total from when I start pulling my first ingredients out to the time that I'm wiping down my counter, okay? And it's just that initial, very beginning part takes a little bit longer for me personally. So, everybody's got their strong suits, right? So I take like 20 minutes and I'll sit down and I'll like watch a movie with my family or something. Or I'm getting dinner all done, the whole works, okay? So I try to time this where I need to be in the kitchen already to begin with, and it makes it so much easier, okay, y'all? Okay, so I'm gonna step out of here for a minute, and we're gonna let that keep mixing because the butter's taking a lot longer today than it typically does, okay? So making homemade butter, there is a big difference in time frame that happens with it, okay? And sometimes if you can have an ice bowl, it works a little bit better. Especially when you're using fresh cream like this particular one, it's a very, very soft cream, okay? So the Dexter cream is super, super soft. And it's really good, so it's awesome that way. Which means it's got a low saturated fat content to it, which is amazing, okay? So if you're health conscious, that is beautiful. And also being raw, it's got all of those amazing, all the different amazing properties that come from raw dairy products, okay? So there's so many different beautiful parts that are in raw dairy products, okay? So I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'm going to let this do its mixing. I'm going to go check on my kids because they ran out the door. And we'll kick back in when this finally gets to where it makes this turn. Okay, so I will see you guys here in just a little bit, okay? Yeah. Hi, beautifuls. Okay, this is just about to turn. So I'm going to flip these cameras around and I'm going to show you. So just as a reminder, we're making fresh, raw honey butter today. Homemade honey butter. Oh, it is so good. So good. You guys have never tried to make your own butter? Guess what? You can make it super, super easy. Now I'm using raw cream that is straight fresh that my sister brings over to me because she's amazing. And for all my local amazing people, if you're wanting to get your hands on some raw milk or some fresh farm eggs, you know what? I happen to know somebody, okay? So I don't get any kickbacks from this or anything. It's just, you know, hey, she's my kid's sister, and she has some amazing tasting milk. It's like seriously the best tasting milk. Oh my gosh. So good. And it actually is very similar in flavor. Fix my cameras just a little bit. It is actually very similar in flavor to your store-bought milk, but it's still raw. So raw milk doesn't keep for very long, okay? Just in case, so you know. I'm back to looking like a zombie on Instagram again, but I'm a red zombie this time. I'm a red zombie this time. Well, let me show you this too. So the bread is fresh out of the oven. Okay, my wheat didn't turn out very good. This was Ellie's. So she did the creasy crussies. And then Clara did the pumpkin design. Pumpkin design. That actually turned out pretty cute. Turned out better than I thought it was going to. I've never done a pumpkin. I've never, like, yeah, I've never cut a pumpkin before. Okay, so let me turn it over, and I'm going to kick this back on. It just took a lot longer than normal. Normally, when I get done with my bread, my butter's turning, so it just didn't work this time. But that's okay. It's always going to be a little bit different. Yeah, seriously. Oh, not that one. Turn. Ah. Give me a second, now. Be a little touchy. Okay, let me readjust you so we can all see. One moment. Okay. Like, look at that rich red or yellow. Oh my gosh. So this is on the verge of turning, guys. So you see how it's starting to get all clumpy and everything. So this is just past. Oh, that's gonna like mess my camera up over here. Okay, so this is just past the whipped cream stage. So, like when you're making whipped cream, you usually use the fine whisk batter. When you're making butter, you don't want to do that. It's just easier to make it with a paddle or a dough hook. I generally like to use a dough hook, okay? So I've got my honey and my salt sitting over here because we do need to salt this. And between the honey and the salt, that's going to help preserve this for a little bit longer. Remember, this is raw cream that we are using on this, okay? So I need all right, and there we go. Look at that. We got butter. Okay, so let's make the turn. You hear the sloshing? Yes, slosh, sloshy, sloshies. All right. Unlock that and we're going to bring it on up. Now this is the time-consuming part, guys. My hands-on time-consuming part, okay? So I'm actually just going to clean off the batter. This is actually one reason why I like the dough hook. It's just so much easier to clean than it is the paddle. So, but that's okay. Both ways work. Like today, it was just taking longer, so I did switch over to the paddle and I took my dough hook off. It's taking a lot longer. So my kitchen is really warm here too, so that I have to be careful with that. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up just as much as I can. And yes. Oh, yes, I can. You are welcome. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna bump these cameras back just a little bit, just so I'm not bumping them while I do this. So, an idea on how to do this. Let's see if I can get you guys arranged so that you can actually see what I'm doing and I'm not bumping the cameras constantly. Alright guys, wobblies of live, right? The wobblies of live. So, let me see if I can. So I have an idea. So let me see if this works, okay? I only have my one tall stand down here at the moment. I didn't bring them both up. Okay. All right, I think that works. I can't see my screens, but I think that works. You know what, actually? Graham, I'm gonna flip you around and do it this way too. That way I can actually see where I'm pointing at. Using the force. Yes. Yes. In a minute, I can come turn it on, okay? So I am, once again, I'm taking my rings off, guys, because I don't want to be trying to clean out all of the butter from my rings when I do this. And safety first, always unplug this if you're not right there and you are not currently using it. But also this helps us clean up the space. So we'll just put this up. Ish. Okay, got a couch in my back. Oh, and I need another bowl. Only half set up here. I thought I was all set up. So I've got a bowl here because we got to squeeze out all the whey. The more whey that is in your butter, the faster it is going to go bad. Okay, y'all? Oh, wait, one last thing. My group is going to hate me. my members are going to hate me. I keep forgetting. No, guys, I forgot. Okay, so. I tell ya. My group is just gonna be cussing me. Okay, there we go. Okie dokie. I'll let you go ahead and open this up and then I can see your guys' comments if you guys leave any. So Facebook is really bad sometimes about not showing me comments when they show up. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and there's often a really big delay. So if I have another system up, another monitor or phone or something like that, that really helps. Okay, so we are going to squeeze the whey out, okay? We want to get as much of the whey out as possible. Okay, stick to the side. Okay, so when I get enough of the whey out, it will actually just stay up here. So do not try to take shortcuts with this. You have to squeeze the whey out. Otherwise, your butter's only going to stay good for just a couple days. Okay, so now with raw butter, we have to put the salt in. It's going to help keep it longer, but also, so it's going to help preserve it and all that fun stuff for a little bit longer. Like I said, this is raw cream, so it doesn't stay as long. It's like your store-boughts that are all pasteurized. So pasteurized dairy products just means that they've been cooked to kill off any bacteria that are in it. Unfortunately, however, that also kills off the good bacterias and all of the other amazing things that's in your dairy. So, all right. There we go. Okay. So this is a little time consuming, it is. Okay, so we're going to start working this part down. So we're just going to be squeezing, just slowly working it and squeezing the way out. So traditionally you use 2 wood paddles, or you just used your hands to squeeze the way out. So a slotted, flat-ish wood paddle is awesome. They're kind of a pain to clean sometimes, but they're really nice for letting the wave actually work its way out. I generally try to push from the top down, and then it forces the way to go down, not get stuck behind my paddle. In this case, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. A lot of folks will use cheesecloth and squeeze it. I find that to be very obnoxious myself. Cleaning wise, just makes a big mess that way. And while my hands aren't quite cold enough to be a Dairy Maid, and so if you have really warm hands, make sure that you are trying to avoid putting your hands in it. Okay? Yeah. So yeah, we're just going to keep working that, and I'm going to go ahead and move that over here. And I need to get a mason jar. I forgot to get the mason jar. I got that, guys. So here, okay, go ahead. All right, so we've got our little mason jar here, and I'm gonna use okay, so there are 2 ways that you can do this just with your basic household thing, like tools that you have. You can use a slotted serving spoon like this, which often comes with your silverware when you buy it, or you can use a fork. So this time I think I'm going to use a fork because some of these are still slightly smaller. I got a lot more away this time than what I usually pull out. But then I wasn't overly picky about how I was. I have to get another jar. I wasn't being overly picky about a skimming job this last time. So, you know, boo-boo on me. Okay, I got another jar. What?
a bird.
It's what?
That's what that's a bird.
Okay. Well, why is that?
That's and a bird fly away. Not for distance.
Okay, if that's what you say.
That's for bird.
Okay, that's what you said. I think so. Okay, so, all right, I do have this other camera in the wrong spot for this part. Ah, my bowl. Okay, I'm gonna rinse this out really fast. So, we'll just slide these off to the side. See if that all fits into this jar. But actually looks like there's a lot more cream still in there. So I may work this one more time and see if more comes out. But for the sake of how long it's taking today, we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a quick scrape. And give this a scrape. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little disheveled. Little disheveled. Alright, so there's the last of our butter out. Okay, set that over there just to get it out of the way. Okay, so now we are going to continue to work this down, guys. And depending on your bowl size, this can take a little longer. This can go really fast. So we're just going to keep squeezing and working out any whey that's still in here because there's still whey in this. The whey is like your leftover, like leftover milk after all the fat content has been removed from it. So it's not all fat content, but it's a lot of it. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm gonna have to switch back over to this. I was really trying to do it in a small bowl for you guys, but you do have to have a second bowl in order to just set the butter in it for a moment while you're working it. So just squeezing it up onto the side. We're gonna keep working this and squeeze out as much whey as we possibly can. Turn you guys down this way. Just realized the TV was in there. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get flagged. Okay, so okay, so we've got all these nice little slits in here, but we need a little more paddle. So this back over here. Okay. Oh, if you've ever made homemade honey butter, because there's a lot of different ways you can squeeze the whey out. But I'm curious how you prefer to squeeze the whey. I'm going to use my other spatula. So raw honey or raw butter has such a unique like smell to it. Oh my gosh. But I've only noticed it with raw creams before, and I love it. So it's like it's like your normal cream that you get from the store kind of thing. I'm not bashing store-bought cream or anything. I don't know why I felt the need to say that part, but it's richer. It's almost like sickeningly rich, to be honest. This part, it really does. It takes a long time to get the whey out, guys. So I make this up and then I just freeze it and then I pull it out as I need it. And it's awesome. And it like helps me like bulk up and food storage and helps cut that grocery bill price for me. Especially where I have a barter system set up, which is awesome. And I don't know who comes out on the winning end. Like, kid sister and I, we do things for each other all the time. So we're constantly always just changing services. So, like with the unsweetened applesauce that we used in the bake today that I was talking about that she makes up for me, I honestly don't even know how much she would have to charge for that because that stuff is like insanely, it takes an insane amount of time to make. Oh my gosh, so much time. She's kind of got to where she only makes it out of the pure goodness of her heart because she loves me. Because it's absolutely time consuming working with little tiny crab apples. So around here, our crab apples, they're like an inch. If you're lucky, they're an inch in size. And you still got to core them and all the things. But, you know, it keeps it from going to waste. You know. But
Me.
She's a puppy. What? Okay.
We're going
Just
to go to Christian house because it's his party.
no.
It's special day.
No, please stop. You're right on my camera stand. Please don't.
Because it's his day.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna run this. Sorry, my cameras are not set up in the same place anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna run this under some cold water now to rinse away the rest of the whey that's still on it. This is gonna. Good job. So this is going to help preserve our honey butter for just a little bit longer in the fridge or the freezer. So with raw butter, always refrigerate. Okay, I know butter, it's so hard and everything else. I'd say this is really kind of cool with this one because of its unique like makeup. It comes from my kid sister's cows. That like, I mean, it's almost soft instantly as soon as you pull it out of the fridge, which is really cool. So it doesn't get as rock hard as like your store-bought, which is awesome. Okay, so washing it off with the cold water does two things. One, it helps remove remaining whey from the butter. Two, it helps harden it back up just a little bit, which makes it a little easier for the rest to come. So I am going to rinse this bowl because it's got a little whey in it still. Okay. And now let's full of water. Okay. So I'm going to use this smaller bowl to add our salt and the honey butter. Okay, so once again, I'm going to kind of squeeze this just to get any remaining water off of it. And it just works easier to do this right on the side of my mixer bowl. This is the way I generally make it. And it's great. So I do this, like I do this at least once a week now, guys. Okay. Like I said, my kid sister, she brings me milk every week, and it's awesome. In fact, I need to give her a call. Say, hey, I need some more milk, cream, and eggs. But I gotta wait till we're done here. Yeah. Currently using my phone. Currently losing it. So, all right. I don't know why I just did that. I tell you, my brain's only like partially functioning here. Which happens. It happens. All right, I promise, guys, we're almost done. Okay? This is not a, quickly in and out kind of thing. It takes time. It takes time. It does. All right, so I'm just shaking off some of the water because there's a little water on the spatula. Okay, so now using our fork, we're gonna add some salt. So I don't actually measure my salt, I just give it a good pinch. And that's generally enough. So the salt is going to help preserve this, okay? So if you are on like a low sodium diet, yes, you can go without the salt, but come on, guys, seriously. Seriously. Let me turn you back down here where you guys can see again. I'm turning you back down here, right? So y'all don't want to be looking at me. You want to see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. We're about centered for both cameras. Okay, so I'm just mixing the salt in. I just put a good pinch in. So, I don't know, it's probably about maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. Roughly. Maybe not quite 1/4 that I put in. So it was a good pinch. So, a little more than an 1/8. Okay, so all right, so that's pretty well mixed. And now, so there's a couple ways you can do your honey. So you can actually put this in a mixer and like really, really whip it up good. And my honey is actually somewhat crystallized, so I'm hoping I can get some of mine down. It's not just crystallized. It's okay if your honey's crystallized, guys. It just doesn't whip together as smoothly as if it's not. So I'm like trying to slowly work down as much as possible. So for about this much, I'm going to add probably about right about there. Break off. I don't want the butter back in the honey. Okay, so that's about not quite 2 tablespoons of honey I just put into this. So with this cream, I do like a little extra honey mixed in with it, okay? So now you can put this back in your mixer at this point if you want with a good whisk and do it up that way. And this is really going to depend on how much cream you have too, okay guys? So just make up a little bit and just taste it and see if it's the right sweetness or not for you. okay? I'm almost done then. I know, it's not very glorious looking, right guys? Okay, so that's pretty well mixed. And there we got it. So I'm going to be popping this right into the freezer, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put it in this fun little container. And there we have it. So seriously, y'all, look what we made. Look what we did today. How awesome. Move y'all back, all right, so you can actually see. Maybe, I don't know where I can put this where you guys can see. Like, look, homemade bread and fresh honey butter. How awesome. Well, and I'll take this up and clean this up. All right, look at that. Here's my children's. Okay, so move all my stuff out of the way. All right. Go. All right. What, honey? All right. So I can't.
Come on, dog.
Look at that. Stay.
Come on. Come on.
Look at that.
What?
How pretty is that, right?
Hey. Hey, come on.
Look at that. Yum. All right, y'all. I love you. If you guys have any questions, please don't be afraid to drop them down in the comments below. Let me grab this other camera.
See you, Mom.
See ya. Like I've got my I set up 2 cameras. I have to get really creative, y'all. I have to get really creative sometimes, especially down here in my kitchen. So, see if I can get you all on the same wavelength, general location area of each other, because it's really hard to talk to you guys when I'm like looking here and then I'm looking here. All right, so if you guys have any questions, you're still pointing at the sky. If you guys have any questions, please don't be afraid to drop any comments down below. If you like this, please help support our small business and share it out with other like-minded individuals. And make sure you hit that like button, okay? So this is a live that's happening here on Instagram and here on Facebook. I will be uploading the replay as a single video, not a 2-parter one, over on YouTube here in just a little bit. So I just got done downloading the first part, and I will be downloading this one in just a little bit, and yeah, yay, we'll be good. It'll be good. I think my girl's still in there. No, I put them in that pocket. I never put them in this pocket. All right, so y'all have a wonderful day. And I've got to get a few things finished up here. We've got everything cleaned up except for the butter. And that's awesome, right? And we've got 3 beautiful loaves of whole wheat multigrain honey applesauce bread that we just got done baking. And we now have fresh raw honey butter to serve with it. And if you've never had fresh raw honey butter on homemade toast, y'all don't know what you're missing. Like, seriously, like, really, you want to do this, okay? So, it works the best with honey. That's not crystallized. All right, so I have to finish up here, and take care of the kiddos for a minute, and then I've actually got to get back up on the bench and finish all the jewelry, or I'm not going to meet my lunch, okay? And that's not going to happen. Nope, can't let that happen. So, y'all, have an awesome day. And don't forget to make sure you follow us along, and you share the videos out, you hit the like button, and drop any comments or questions that you have down below. The more you interact with me, the more I can help you. It helps me, and it helps me help you, okay? I appreciate your support. Y'all are amazing, and I really do. No, all joking aside, I really do appreciate you. You guys are amazing. Like, you guys are like my personal cheerleader, like support team that always has my back. So every time I feel like just giving up and I'm like, no, I'm just done with it, y'all just have a way of stepping in at just the right time and cheering me on, and I adore y'all. I adore you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of my life, for being a part of my business. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so stay tuned. I am working on some jewelry videos to come out for you guys, and we will be doing all of that. So I may or may not be live tomorrow. Not sure yet. I'm going to try to do a jewelry live tomorrow, but I'm not going to promise, okay? So stay tuned. But I got to get back up to my bench and like keep building, or I'm not going to make my lunch. So just in case if you're wondering, the new jewelry is coming out really, really soon. Oh my gosh, so I've been working my butt off to get all of it done, and I still got a long way to go. Whew, whew. All right, and it's gardening season. I got to get it finished so I can get out of my garden, man. Y'all, come on. Like, it's spring. It's warm. It's amazing. All right, see you guys. Love you.